Hello everybody, I'm the Big Easy Chef. I'd like to show you how to make homemade chicken noodle soup. Now can you just imagine a bowl of a chicken noodle soup? Oh, you did good, because that's the exact soup we're going to be making today. It's easy to make, it tastes great, and it's good anytime. So why don't you and I run over to that kitchen, see what's shaking, and get to baking. Okay, as you may have guessed, we're going to need a chicken. So to make this soup easy, we're going to use one of those rotisserie chickens from the store. With the chicken cooled, you want to remove the strings from this chicken. Get 2 bowls, one for the chicken meat and the other for the skin and bones. I'm getting the wings off the chicken. You don't have to be gentle, just rip them off. Now remove the skin from the wings. Now get the meat from the wings, put the meat in a bowl, and the skin and bones in the other bowl. Do this with the different parts of the chicken, the legs, thighs, breast, etc. Now when you're just down to the carcass, pick off the meat and save it to the meat bowl. Now break this carcass into, say, 3 pieces, just so it'll fit in the pot. Now you have 2 bowls, one full of meat and the other full of skin and bones. Put the meat bowl into the refrigerator. Now a large pot, place the skin and bones into the pot. Next add 3 cloves of smashed garlic. Now add 1/2 of a large yellow onion. You can rough cut this onion. Add in the skin with the onion also. Now add in 2 large carrots. Just trim off the ends. You don't have to peel these carrots. Now add about 1/2 bunch of parsley, as I think parsley and chicken really taste great together. Now cut up some celery. Oh, maybe 1/3 of a large stalk. Put 4 quarts of cool water in the pot, just enough to cover the chicken. Now we're going to add your spices. Add 1 tablespoon of dried oregano, 1 tablespoon of dried thyme, 1 tablespoon of dried sage, 2 teaspoons of kosher salt, 2 teaspoons of ground black pepper. Place on a burner and turn the heat to medium-high and bring to a boil. Once the stock has come to a boil, reduce the heat down to a low boil or a fast simmer and allow it to cook for 2 hours. Okay, now while the stock is simmering, take 4 medium to large carrots. Cut off the ends and peel these carrots. Cut them into somewhat large pieces, keeping them all about the same size. Next up is the celery. And we're going to use the rest of that celery. It's about 2/3 of a large stalk. Now we're going to cut up that 1/2 of an onion left over from the stalk. Cut the onion into medium-sized pieces. Now you're going to chop up the rest of that parsley. You want to chop it up pretty small. Save some of the parsley back for a garnish on the soup. Keep an eye on your stock and stir it from time to time. Oh, here's the steam. Okay, in a large pot, add 2 teaspoons of light olive oil. Heat it up and then add your carrots, celery, and onion. Save the parsley back for later. We're just going to saute them a little, just to release some of the flavor from them. Now using a strainer, drain in your stock. Oh, that darn steam's back. Now remove some of the fat from the top of the soup and anything else floating on top that looks like it don't belong in the soup. Now you can see after the broth was cooked, it cooked down quite a bit. So we need to add some water. Add about 2 or 3 more quarts of cool water to the soup. Bring the soup to a boil and reduce down to a low simmer, just like you did with the broth. Okay, if you wanted to make chicken rice soup, this is a time that you would add 1.5 cups of your favorite rice and then cook it until the rice was cooked, about 45 minutes. However, we're making chicken noodle soup, so we'll be adding the noodles soon. Okay, now that the soup is cooked, the vegetables are becoming more tender. So it's time to add in your noodles. I'm using homemade noodles. If you don't have a recipe for homemade egg noodles, I have one that's easy to make, and these are the perfect noodle for this soup. Go to my website, thebigeasychef.com, and look in the recipe vault. It's all for free. No email, password is required, so check it out. Okay, so put the noodles in the soup, and it's time to add the parsley. Also, it's time to add that chicken meat that you had in the refrigerator. Cook the soup until the noodles become nice and tender, about 10 minutes. Be careful not to overcook the noodles. Now you've made the perfect chicken noodle soup. Ladle some into a bowl, garnish with some of that chopped parsley, and enjoy. So, there you have it. Now you know how to make homemade chicken noodle soup. And it tastes great. It's easy to make. So make some soon. Now, if you're interested in knowing how to make those egg noodles, you can go to my website, thebigeasychef.com, and look in the recipe vault. It's all for free. You don't need a password. You don't need an email address. You don't have to sign up for anything. You can just go there and click. And you'll find the recipe there with instructions that you can print out. And there's also a video. So check it out. Remember what they say, you are what you eat, so eat healthy. Until next time, I'm the Big Easy Chef.